Today is a very special day for us. Pragnya from Australia, basically she's from Bangalore, India, and she lives in Australia. She clears program management with overall above target. Whenever a working mom clears certification that are difficult as level of PgMP, that really fills my heart. You see, clearing certifications for people like me who does not have to cook when they go back to home, who does not have to take care of their son, daughter, and so many things. It's comparatively easier. But when a working mom who has a son who is studying in medicine and he has to take care every single thing, that fills my heart. So first of all, congratulations from me, from Sami, from the entire team for clearing PGMP with such a high scorecard. So Pragna, why don't you share with us your journey? Then we will be bombarding questions to you. Please go ahead.
Firstly, thank you so much. My dream has come true, clearing PGMP. And I think I give it to you both. You were the best that I can have, best friends, best mentors, and my stress busters. So thank you very much. It's your win, actually, Amir Bhai and Abduljeet. So yeah, thank you. It feels great. It's a great feeling.
Okay. So let's talk about your journey. Was it so easy? As now we can see was the journey so easy?
No, it was not easy. It is one of the toughest exam that I have faced.
And why is
Not
that so? Why is that so? Can you share us some insight into that?
I think that's because before being introduced to you, I did not know how to study PGMP exam. I thought, oh, okay, after clearing PMP, it's another kind of a PMP exam, but it's not that at all. It's a mind game. It's a game of teamwork, and it requires a lot of experience. You can't do it alone. It's experienced people like you to channel things, because I think there is no clear standard. Like, the information is so vast, everybody has many experience, but actually the pathway that you have goes by the PMP standard, and that's something we need to stick to. So it's not easy because there's no one easy answer to the question or approach.
Okay. Okay. Let's, Mrs. Sami, please, if you can take it.
Yeah, first of all, heartiest congratulations to Pragnya. I still remember the 2 months before when we had the first call, and you were worried, and then we said that after discussing with you for 15 minutes, I said that the best way is to go chapter by chapter. We go back. So it was very kind of you that you listened to us. That's the first thing, because you were already preparing for the mocks. And at that time, listening to the mentor, following our advice that no, let's go back, do chapter by chapter, and then we come back to the mocks. I think that was the first positive point from you, that encourage us that whatever we do, you had the trust in us. So thanks very much for that. And I think that was the correct approach, because if you would have jumped directly into the mocks, it was not working that time.
Okay.
So I would like to say, okay, from the thing, how do you feel the approach of doing step by step and then going to the mocks? So what is your opinion on that?
I think it was like walking in a forest without a roadmap. You gave me the correct roadmap. PGMP is a forest, dense forest, without a guidance, without a torchlight, like you both. It's impossible. And I would say that the best decision of my life, especially this has been a resolution from 2022, 2023. Finally, it ended in 2023. So I think it's one of the best decision to come to you guys. And the personal pathway that you had for me, the roadmap that you had for me, like coming to the coaching class was the best thing I could do. And that was my turning point. I still remember Amir Bhai telling me, go to the coaching classes. And I said, it's very late in my time, but I made it. The first coaching call was like, oh my God, this is a summary that I can't miss. So I think that was a big win for me to come to the coaching class.
Good. And how do you feel about the weekly coaching calls that we are doing, with the concept of revising that specific topic and then going to the detail of 10 questions in which we discuss why not this option, why not that option? So how helpful was that in the real exam when you face the exams?
I remembered you, Abdulji, because I remember you discussed a point which was a bit conflicting, many had different different aspect, and such scenario did appear in the question where I was alone and I was like, oh my God, the only thing I remembered was your point, your rationale as to why we should choose this answer versus that. So that you can only get it through that coaching calls that you conduct as a part of the team. So it was very relevant.
Okay, and what about the follow-ups? Second day, every day we were asking what is the progress, what is the thing, how does it keep you on track?
If it was not those follow-ups, I might have pushed the PgMP maybe 2 months or 3 months down the line. But if it was not for your follow-ups, I think I wouldn't have cleared it. So right now, like, I would have pushed it. Basically, it is because I was not alone. You guys were thinking of me. You were checking on me. So I knew somebody is checking on me. So thank you very much.
Okay, and what about the master sheet that we have prepared? And I said you that after every chapter, go to the master sheet before doing the mocks, revise the master sheets. How important is that concept of the keywords that we have developed?
100%. Because in the real exam, the question is so confusing. You have very limited time. The keyword is the only thing that helped me manage my time. And like you and Amibai had already told me, look for the keyword, because I think we will waste some time if we are not looking at the keyword. And working backwards, your master sheet, all those underlined words in your master sheet was exactly in the answer, hidden in the answer. So very, very relevant.
So it means that the confidence level that we give that there cannot be any question without the keyword is 90% relevant.
Right. When you told me, I did not believe, but when I really sat for the exam, I saw, oh my God, these are all the keywords. And I think for some questions, I took even less than 1 minute to answer.
Okay, so it means that this concept is working now, because Amit, as we have the discussion with the previous students also, I think that is a key topic to understand the tone of the language of the question that is coming. So if we are able to pick the correct word, then I think then you see the success rate is coming higher, and also most importantly with all above targets. So that is the first.
No. I want to correct you here. You said that success rate is coming higher, sir. It is 100%. Let me make it
Yes,
very
yes.
clear. For PgMP, we have 100% success record. Every single student who have joined our program, they have cleared PgMP. Okay, so I want to add and jump in here that I'm very happy that PgMP we have 100%, RMP we have 100%, ACP we have 100%, PMP we have 99.5%. So yeah, but I am doing that as 99.5. Everything else as 100%. Please.
Okay, and last question, Pragnya, what about the exam content outline? Because a lot of students had these problems of not going through the eco, and then we made it easy to understand. How helpful is in the real exam?
Yes, initially I agree. My perspective of looking at eco changed after your coaching call, and I followed your methodology, how to read that eco. And when I personally saw the question, I could figure out, based on, of course, your advice, whether this was a face-related question or is this an eco-related question. If it was an eco-related question, I then changed my approach, went by your master sheet, memory, mind map, and then I picked up. So it was very relevant, but like you said, we need to just understand how to read eco, and that can only come through your coaching calls, Yeah.
So it means that in the exams, the eco concepts are coming.
Yes, eco concepts are coming, and it's not coming straightforwardly.
Yes.
It's coming like a big 4-line paragraph, but the answer is just eco, like program mission statement. But to get to that, you have to understand its eco question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And about, I always ask about after 2 hours, how was the feeling in the exam? What do you think? Okay, now I'm confident I will pass the exam, or after 2 hours, what is your feeling in the real exam? That gives me the hint that how we are doing well.
Yes. First 10 questions were really very hard. I thought, oh my God. And I really took, I think, 20 minutes, 18 minutes for the first 10 questions already. But I remember those calls that Amir Bhai and you had told me a day before that don't panic. keep going.
Bunch will come. Bunch will come.
Yes, I just went. Had you not told me, my confidence would have been low, but I just said, okay, next question. And I said, marked for review. But later on, as I crossed 1 hour, 1.5 and 2 hours, somewhere I was confident that my answers are correct. Whatever I've done in before, my answers are correct. And the confidence at 2 hour was really like 60% to 70% that I've done well. Yeah.
Okay, that is good. And how about the mocks that we gave you? How relevant were those?
Mocks, the format was so relevant because you had told me how big a question can come, how complex can they ask. So I would say it was really, really relevant. The format was like you had prepared us for the format. So I would say very, very helpful. And in terms of approaching the time, in terms of time management, those mocks are like a big saver, time saver. Yeah.
Good. Sure. Amir, you can take over.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about one of the most interesting thing. The last call I had with you a day before, or actually the last 2 calls, I asked you only one thing: calm down. So how important? And secondly, I asked you to take breaks. Even the breaks are not allowed. So did you had the break or not? And if you do, how useful it was?
Yes, thank you so much. That was so valuable because you had already told me what can happen, Amir Bhai. And I think that is something I thank you so much. You thought for me, right? So first thing is that, yes, I was not calm. I was nervous. I had that exam fever kicking in. But you both kept me in calm, being a mom. I'm always anxious, but you kept me in calm when things were not in calm, like things were storming. I did take a break, like you said, and it was helped me so much. Although I lost around 7 minutes because I had to go out. I just went out and I just stood there, took a deep breath, and then came back. Although I missed that 7 minutes, but it was very helpful to refocus. I then came back. I said, Pragnya, you need to do it. So it was helpful for my refocusing.
Yeah, that is
I took a
actually,
break.
yeah, that is a very important thing, and to focus for every single person, that when we talk about this thing, that we think that no, I cannot waste time. It goes back to the same thing. I cannot go to the gym. I don't have time. And we keep on losing our body. We keep on losing our faith. So when you take a 5-minute break, it relaxes you. It gives you more energy. Now you don't have that exam fever which you had in the first 60 questions. So basically, I learned it from PMI. And even when I gave my exam a few years back, whichever exam I gave, I never had a break in my exams. So we used to have 200 questions. So we used to do 50 questions, 5-minute break. I used to take it. And from there, I learned it a very important thing. You need to relax. Otherwise, as the timer is coming, you are losing your energy, and that become problematic. Okay, so how important was to read the last line first in the
Oh
exam?
my God, that's the crux of solving PgMP. Oh my God. Because it helped me in 2 ways. One, I know what kind of a question they are asking, and reading the last question and then glancing through the answer gave me an idea which domain is it coming. Oh, okay. Is it a benefits domain or a governance domain? And then I go back and read the whole question. That gives me a holistic idea of what they're asking. It helped me lastly in picking the right answer, because there were 2, like you said, there were 2 correct answers. So I had to pick one. And the only thing that helped me is reading the last line again.
Only
Yeah.
And I will
Yes,
like to add one thing. What about the program life cycle? As I told you that in every question, he will give you the hint in which phase are you operating. Is it relevant?
Very relevant, because I thought they would just give in chunks like benefit management and grow. It will be straight. No, they mixed everything, like you said, Abdulji. And then had I not attended again, I highly recommend the coaching class. Had I not attended the chapter 8 and chapter 7, and I used to still listen to your coaching class while in my train to office. So that was like running in my, so it was very relevant. He PMI is very clear, very clever, and that they want to ensure that we are fully trained and tuned when we pick the answer. So yeah.
Yeah, that's I would like to second that. If you are getting some certification, the weightage and the credibility of certification only remains when they scrutinize or check the person with all the relevant standards.
Yeah,
If the certification will become saturated or very easy, then the essence is gone, I think.
yeah. And one more thing that Pragna, if you have given exam one day later, only like instead of 25, if you have given exam on 26, you would have received your result after 5 days. So that was a blessing in disguise. Although you booked the
That was
exam,
that is
yeah,
only for PMP or for all PMI?
they are doing now slowly for every certification. So you would have received your certificate after 5 days. That would have increased your tension.
In my anxiety.
Yeah, so that's a blessing in disguise that you booked your exam on 25th. Yeah, with that, Pragna, it was an honor to work with you. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Rahim. One more success
Welcome.
story to your name for coaching us, working us. Thank you, Gulzar, for joining us. So now, Pragna, the life is full for you. Guys, this is a working woman who joined and cleared PGMP, the most difficult certification in the PMI world, the most difficult certification. If our system, if the facilitation of Mr. Abdul Rahim can make sure that he becomes PGMP, I'm sure you can be next. With that, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very
Namaste.
much.
Good morning, good evening.